Hi everyone, it's my pleasure to welcome all the participants for today's session. I heartily welcome today's our speaker Dr. Suneet Kumar Gupta, and our principal investigator Dr. Varinder Garg, and our co-principal investigators Dr. Harish and Dr. Sakshi, and all the coordinates from our Brain Trust Institute. Today we are having a session known as Role of Artificial Intelligence in Healthcare Engineering. Before we start the session, I would like to play one video of CIBioD. Here is the video.
Thanks for watching this video. So now I would like to introduce our speaker, Dr. Suneet Kumar Gupta. He is the professor in the Department of Computer Science and Engineering at Bennett University, Greater Noida. His current research interests are wireless sensor network, Internet of Things, natural language processing, and brain-computer interaction. Dr. Gupta has completed 2 projects funded by Department of Science and Technology and the STA, New Delhi. Dr. Gupta is the reviewer of many international journals like Computer Networks, Wireless Personal Communication, Information Science, IEEE Transactions, and so many. Dr. Gupta is also a part of the project funded by the Royal Academy of Science, London, entitled with leadingindia.ai. Under this project, he has organized 80+ workshops on deep learning and Internet of Things. He has more than 70 research articles, authored 2 books and 2 book chapters in his account. So we welcome you, sir. Dr. Suneet, you are on mute.
Yeah, okay, so thank you. Thank you for the nice introduction. And today we are going to discuss about use of AI in healthcare sector. So let me share my presentation. Yeah, okay. Okay, so hopefully my presentation is visible and I am audible properly.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay, so thank you. And thank you for the introduction. And just we start with our session, role of AI in healthcare engineering. Okay, so the agenda of the talk is just here you can see, yeah, of course. So agenda of the talk is brief introduction about the deep learning, and then we move towards the AI in healthcare sectors. So what kind of advantages we will get if we are going to include AI in healthcare, then different kind of applications which is based on AI, and then we also talk about compression and acceleration of the deep neural network, okay, which is also equally important nowadays because most of the applications are running in real time. And then already in past, we developed a tool for what we call for analyzing the CT images and for detecting that COVID is there or not. Okay, so in that project, we have also utilized the federated learning. So just we are going to discuss all such kind of things in next 1 hour. Okay, so here one tagline is there. All of you can see healthcare organizations are using AI solutions to inform decisions and improve experience with data. So you see here one key term is there, that is data. Nowadays, you see lots of data are there, and with the help of different devices, we can collect the data. And after analyzing the data, we can provide some kind of decisions. And based on that decisions, anybody can take precautionary measures. Okay, so before that, I'm going to discuss about the transformations in machine learning domain. So in this image, you can see the area of deep learning is not, sorry, the area of artificial intelligence is not new. In late 50s, already the domain has been explored by the researchers, and then continuously improvement has been made, and then we moving towards the deep learning. So deep learning actually highly explored after 2010. The reason behind is that deep learning is computationally expensive, and after introduction of the NVIDIA GPUs, there is no restriction with the computational power, and the research community has suddenly paid enormous attention in domain of deep learning. So deep learning is nothing, it's a deep neural network, and it is highly motivated from our neuron system. So as you can see in this one image, image of brain is there, okay? So in our brain, what is actually happening? Millions of neurons are there, and each neuron has the capability to process some kind of information. So if we take one example. Okay, so in human body, different kind of sensors are there, like eyes, like ear, nose, skin. So all such kind of organs are working as a sensors. So the role of the sensor is nothing, it's only collect the data. So after collecting the data, the information is passed to the brain, and brain process that data, and based on the results, our body will react. So similar kind of concepts has been utilized in deep learning. Okay, so in later stage, I'll also give a brief introduction about the deep learning, but before that, just we can see the life cycle of deep learning models. Okay, so in deep learning, while you are going to build any model is nothing, means in that model, you are going to pass the data, and based on the training, that model will provide some kind of decisions, and based on that decisions, you can take precautionary measures. Okay, so in case of life cycle of deep learning model, so one and foremost important thing is there, that is the get data. Okay, so I think if you go back to 30 years, okay, so there is no app, there is, you see, if you talk about the weather forecasting, so generally we collect the data, okay, and the size of that data is very small. So weather forecasting decisions was not proper. But nowadays you can see, if you check the decisions or prediction by the Google related to weather, that is almost accurate. So while you are going to work with the deep learning, or while you are going to develop any kind of intelligent software tool or model, one important thing is there, that is the data. So step number one, that is get the data. Then obviously, if you are working on the data, so it is not mandatory that data is clean. Okay, maybe possible that some kind of error is there in the data. Then you had to clean that data, prepare the data, and if some kind of manipulation is required, then what you can do, you manipulate that data. Okay, so I'll take one example. So let's say one Excel file is there, and in the Excel file, around 10,000 rows are there and 100 columns are there. So there are a high possibility that some of the cell values are missing. So how you can replace the missing value? Okay, so that is the part of manipulation of the data. After manipulating the data, then obviously we go with the model training. So first we had to build the model, and then we train that model on that data. Then we check the performance of that model. If performance is up to the mark, then we have to go with the implementation. And if the performance is not good, then we have to perform some kind of error analysis. And based on the error analysis, we can easily improve the data. Okay, so always remember, this is the life cycle of deep learning model, where you had to repeat all these steps to get better performance. So now you can see type of learning. Okay, so nowadays so many apps are there. Okay, and the different apps are, healthcare apps are working in different kind of learning algorithms. So number one, that is supervised, then unsupervised, and then reinforcement learning. Okay, so in case of supervised machine learning, then generally we are going to classify the data. Classification comes under the supervised. So basically, we have the labeled data, and we train the model with the help of labeled data, and then we check the performance of that model on unseen data. In case of unsupervised, label is not there, means only text or images are there, and you had to do some kind of feature engineering, and based on that feature engineering, you can form the clusters of the data. So such kind of activity comes under the unsupervised learning mechanism. Then third one is there, that is the reinforcement learning. So in case of reinforcement learning, your model collect the data and from the environment, and learning is going on in the model based on the collected data. So such kind of things comes under the reinforcement learning. Now, you see, while we are working with the artificial intelligence or deep learning or machine learning, so one popular term is there, that is the features. So feature is nothing, okay? Feature is nothing. So basically feature is characteristics of your data, and that characteristics can be utilized for taking the decision. So I'll take one simple example to relate the features. So let's say we are going to classify the image. Okay, so if we are going to classify the image, then in image, what kind of features are there? So obviously pixel values, what kind of curves are there, just we see what kind of edges are there. So these things can be worked as a feature, and based on all such things, model can easily classify the data. In the slide, you can see another example is there. Let's say housing price. So I think in real life, if we are going to take a house on rent, or we would like to purchase a house, then obviously the cost of the house is always dependent on the number of rooms in that house, what kind of area is there, okay, distance from the facility or distance from the city centers, okay. So all such kind of all such kind of things can change the price of the house. So let's say one house is there, that area of that house is 1,000 square foot, and if you take up buy that house in the Chandigarh, then cost is 60 lakh. But if same area house, if you are looking in the Mumbai, then maybe it's 2 crore or 3 crore. So always remember, the result of your model always dependent on the feature values. So while we are working with the development of any model for the classification purpose or for the regression analysis, at that time we had to just check the features. Okay, so always remember, if you are able to get good features from the data, then the results are always good. If your features are very poor, then maybe lots of ambiguity is there in your results. So that is one important thing, okay, that is feature. And another important term is there, that is the weight, okay. So obviously, with respect to each feature, we had to assign the weight. Okay, so let's say in a particular set of data, 20 features are there, and all the 20 features are not equally important. Okay, so feature 1, 2, and 20 is there. So possibility is there, feature 1 is highly important, feature 5 is highly important, but feature 18, 19, 20 is less important. What is the meaning of less or high importance? So means high important features always drive the decision. Less important features may or may not drive the results. So corresponding to each feature, we have to provide some kind of weight. High weight means feature is too important. Less weight means it's less important. So generally, when we are going to work with the deep learning, then initially we have to start with random weights, and as training is going on, weights will be optimized. After a certain number of epoch, we will come to a set of weights, which is optimized weight, which make the decisions. Okay, so here just you can see a sample example of deep neural network. So in deep neural network, generally one input layer is there, and then output layer is there, and between input and output layer, okay, between input and output layer, some layers are there, and that layers are known as feed-in layers. So input layer is always responsible for collecting the data from the user, output layer is responsible for providing the output, and in the intermediate layers are generally useful for the processing the data. Okay, so similarly, if we take analogy of the human body, so in human body, sensors are there, they collect the data and pass that data to our brain. Inside the brain, interconnected neurons are there, and the number of neurons is too high. Okay, so once neural system of our brain get the data, then start processing the data, and after certain number of iterations, our brain, okay, generates or provide an output, and based on that output, our body reacts. So to understand this deep neural network with the help of one example, so just here you can see, I have made one slide where anybody can easily understand how the neural network is working. So here just you can see, basically this example is related to find out the cost of the computer. Okay, so computer cost is always dependent on 4, 5, or 6 things. One is screen size, hard disk size, then processor speed and RAM size and battery time. Okay, so these are the features. So whatever information we are going to pass in the input layer, that is the features. And corresponding to each features, obviously we had to pass some kind of weight. So initially it is random, and then some kind of processing is going on, and at the last, our model will generate the output. So if your output is same as the actual output, then fine. Otherwise, we have to compute the error and then update the weight and bias to optimize the solution. So this is a basic kind of a basic neural network to find or to predict the price of the computer. Now you can see, so in the market, generally in medical domain, a team of doctors or researchers are also working with the images. Okay, so CT scans, ultrasound images, MRI images, different kind of medical data is there. And for the processing of the image, always we go with the convolution neural network. So here you can see that a list of some famous CNN models are there. And generally, we utilize all these models or architectures for the classification of the disease. Okay, so that is introduction about the deep learning. But now we are going to discuss about the how to improve the model. So let's say I think your team is working on the development of the deep learning model for the disease classification or some kind of regression analysis. In that case, what actually happened? Sometimes your model is not working properly, okay? Because let's say you are working on the classification mode or model, and the accuracy of that model is around 60% or 70%. In that situation, you cannot give a trust on your model. Then first of all, what you had to do, you had to improve the performance of the model. So always remember, to improve the performance of the model, definitely you have a need of lots of data. Deep learning will work properly with more and more data. If you have the small set of data samples, then high probability that your deep learning model will not work properly. Okay, so number one, more data may be required. Then you see, data needs to have more diversity. So maybe you can say that I have 10 samples, and now what I can do, I can copy and paste that sample to enlarge the size of the training data. So it will not work. Okay, because all the duplicate samples are there, and while you are going to pass in your model, definitely the model will not learn too much, because in one sample, whatever the features are there, or whatever the learning a model has been got from a single sample, then after passing the same sample 10 times, learning is not enhanced. So in that case, your model will not perform well. So always remember, data needs to have more diversity. Okay, So this is the point number 2, and then algorithm needs longer training. Okay, so let's say you build a model, and for one epoch, just you have run that model, and you can declare that no, model is not working well. So the problem, there is no problem with the data as well as model, the problem with the learning or training. So what you had to do, you had to provide a longer training on that model. Okay, so more hidden layers and hidden units. Yeah, so rest of the things are technically related to the deep learning. So I'm not going into too deep in all these points. Okay, so number 1, next important thing is there while you are working with the development of the deep learning model for the healthcare sector. So that is false positive and false negative rate. Okay, so I'll take one example. So here just you can see false positive rate. Okay, so the frequency with which the system wakes up. So this example is related with the Amazon, Alexa, Siri, or OK Google. Okay, so false positive rate means frequency with which the system wakes up even when no one said the wake word. So what it means, input is negative and output is true or positive. So input negative, output positive means you have passed a sample with class 0, but your model is declaring that the sample belongs to class 1. Okay, so next one is there, false negative. So your input, so here you can see is just reverse of the false positive. So how often it fails to wake up when someone say the wake word. So I am discussing about this line. So how often it fails to wake up when someone says the wake word. So your input is true, but output generated from the model or your system is false. So that is the false negative rate. So I'll take one example. In healthcare domain, there is a situation. Okay, so let's say you build a model for the cancer detection purpose. Okay, cancer detection purpose. One sample you have passed and is cancer. Already cancer positive sample you have passed, and your model declare that cancer negative. Okay, and another same model is there, cancer detection model. One person is cancer negative, and your model declared it as a cancer positive. So such kind of situations we have to avoid while we are working with the deep learning or while we are working with the healthcare sector. Okay, let's say one person having the cancer, your model detected that there is no cancer. So as such, there is no problem. Yeah, after some time, the person will reach to the another doctor, and maybe another doctor again go for the test, and high possibility that in second time he will detect it. But in case of the second situation, okay, a person does not have the cancer, but your model has detected that cancer. So maybe possible that person go in the depression, maybe possibility that, and due to the depression, a person can also commit the suicide. So what is my objective to discuss all such kind of things? So always remember, while you are working with the healthcare domain or healthcare sector, you had to ensure that if a person is deceased, okay, if a person is not having any kind of disease, then your model will not declare him as a deceased person. Okay, so we had to take care such kind of situations while we are working with the healthcare domain. Okay, so just we go with. So another important topic is there, that is why use AI for the healthcare sector. So number one, in healthcare sectors, AI is contributing a lot and transforming the way healthcare is being delivered. So I think all we are working in domain of healthcare. So in past we have seen lots of tools as well as apps are there, which is going to change the life of individuals. Okay, so many healthcare apps are there, and that apps are collecting your data in throughout the day. Okay, and based on the collected data, means heart rate, pulse rate, okay, maybe some kind of sensors are there which is also collecting the sweet. Okay, so but with the help of all these parameters, the apps are providing some kind of results and some kind of suggestions also, so that a human can change their uh, diet plan, maybe is living style, all such kind of things user can change, and then maybe the person is going to improve the life. Next one is there, so well suited to analyze the data. So obviously regularly we are uploading our health related parameters, okay, in the cloud, and our app is analyzing that data, and base if some kind of uneven patterns are there in the data, then that application will share some kind of suggestions to the human, so that human can change the style. Next one is there, that is nowadays I think EHR is so popular, okay, electronic health record. So let's say one person is there, just simply visit the doctor. So what kind of prescription has been provided by the doctor, all that records are uploaded in the cloud. So maybe the possibility that after some time user can change the doctor. So doctor can take the past history, past data from the cloud, and based on that data, doctor can modify the treatments. This is one thing. Another use of EHR is there because it's very difficult for us to manage the old record or old doctor prescription. Okay, after some time is for everybody, it's very difficult to manage all the paper data. So once we are able to upload all the information in the electronic form over the cloud, then easily we can access the data. And based on the past record, may be possible that the EHR tool also provides some kind of suggestions to the user. Okay, so what I'm going to take one example. In that example, let's say in past a person had some kind of heart surgery. So after heart surgery, the person has to visit doctor or heart specialist after 2-3 months or in 1 month. Okay, so in that case, maybe possible that EHR can provide or arrange some kind of what we called appointment with the doctor. Okay, so based on the health record or health history, EHR tool can simply arrange the appointment with the doctor. Okay, so with the help of EHR, such kind of facility is also provided. Next one is there, that is make better business and clinical decisions and improve the quality of the experience they provided. So obviously, once everything in the cloud and all the health related records are there, so medical shops, maybe hospitals, maybe the user or patient, all are in a single platform, and all these stakeholders can exchange the data frequently. And with the help of this EHR kind of thing, definitely everybody will grow business, and end user can improve his or her life. Okay, so here just you can see one video is there, how they are utilizing the AI in healthcare sector. Anybody just confirm this video, audio of this video is all of you are able to hear or not?
No, sir, audio is not audible.
Yeah, okay.
Sir, actually, when you share the screen, then you have to click on the share audio button.
Oh, okay. So just I'll stop sharing and then again I had to share.
Now it's audible.
Artificial intelligence is revolutionizing medicine, but how can this potential be used in the best possible way? For example, if a patient is worried about their health, they can quickly obtain initial diagnoses with a symptom checker app. The app also helps patients decide whether they should see a specialist, and if so, which one. The app's algorithm provides the doctor with valuable information for taking the patient's medical history, even in the case of rare diseases, and it can support the choice of the right treatment. Artificial intelligence can be useful during an MRI examination, for example. MRI images consist of hundreds of thousands of individual image data in which neural networks recognize patterns and calculate the probabilities for certain diseases. To do this, they were previously trained with numerous MRI images and the associated diagnoses. The AI-supported assistance systems provide the doctor with important information for her own diagnosis. However, special skills are required to be able to deal with it in a reflective manner. In summary, these two aspects are particularly important. On the one hand, AI systems must be trained with as much data as possible in order to deliver reliable results. On the other hand, doctors need additional skills to be able to make better decisions in the interest of the patient, supported by AI. In this way, the potential of artificial intelligence for medicine can be used in a reflective and competent manner. See you on the AI campus.
Yeah, so here just you can see in this video, just already a discussion has been made how AI is useful for the diagnosis of the disease. And AI can also provide some kind of suggestions after diagnosing the disease. So I think one popular application is also there that is named as ChestNet. Okay, so that application is useful to identify the pneumonia and some kind of disease in chest. Okay, so here just you can see the market of AI-based medical image analysis is huge, and as per the graph you can see is the growth of this market is exponential, almost exponential, and many companies, many countries are there which is providing more and more fund to include the AI in healthcare sectors. So different, you can see different places, oncology, mammography, and neurology. Here we can easily include the AI component. So AI applications can potentially revolutionizing how the health sectors work to boost productivity and improve patient outcome. So ultimately, because we are including the AI in healthcare sectors, then we had to improve the productivity as well as we had to improve the health of the patients, as well as we had to go with some kind of good outcomes. Okay, so obviously, if you are able to provide some kind of decisions in faster way, because nowadays you see radiologists are overburdened. Okay, the number of radiologists in India is limited and samples are too much, and it is taking too much time for analyzing the radiological images. So if we are able to build a good model for the analysis of the radiological images, then we can reduce the burden of radiologist, and a timely treatment is also going on of a patient. Now one report has been published here, just you can see. So is AI healthy for healthcare? Yeah, of course, it's a very important point, because in case of healthcare sector, there is no, you can say there is no margin for 1% also. We had to go with 100% surety. Okay, so again, this article was published, and the title of this article is AI in Medical Diagnosis, How US Health Systems Are Using AI for Diagnostic Imaging, Clinical Decision Support, and Personalized Medicine. So this article was published in 2019. Okay, here just you can see. And the key takeaway from the report is that the use of AI in diagnostic image, clinical decision support, and precision medical, okay, offers the greatest, cost saving and efficiency opportunity across the hospitals. Okay, so once AI fully involved in the healthcare sectors, then obviously lots of cost will be saved and efficiency of the hospitals will also improve. Okay, so most US hospitals have not implemented. Still, research is only going on in the domain of AI in healthcare sectors, but really very limited organizations has been implemented the tools. And even though, yes, of course, tools are also implemented, but parallelly, we had to check the report with the doctor also. So only whatever the decision has been made by the deep learning model or AI model has been provided, we had to verify that results with a specialist doctor. So right now, we haven't totally dependent on AI tools in healthcare sectors. In some other sectors like finance, okay, object detection, okay, in agriculture, yeah, we can fully rely on the deep learning, but in healthcare sectors, we cannot, because there is a life form. So yes, of course, right now, many hospitals have implemented AI-based models for the decision-making purpose or diagnosis purpose, but even though parallelly we had to verify all the information with the expert doctor. Okay, so early moving health system are already, so here just you can see, yes, of course, once this AI will be fully involved in the medical diagnosis, then it will reduce the cost, okay, as well as easily it drive the treatment. Okay, so once treatment is driven by the AI, then obviously there is a high efficiency, you can say that there is a high efficiency, as well as the whole ecosystem will generate or improve the outcomes. Okay, so the winning strategies employed by hospitals that are undergoing an AI transformation reveal how to best capture the opportunity. Okay, so next important point is there. Once we are able to introduce fully AI in the healthcare sectors, then obviously easily we can collect the data, we can maintain the data, we can make some kind of applications where data we can place, and in backend of that application, one AI-based solution or data analytics tools are there, which regularly analyze the data and provide some kind of good results or good suggestions. Okay, so here some other points are there. One important point is there in this slide. I'm not going to discuss all such kind of things. The important point is there, that is AI can see what human may miss. Okay, so this is an important point. So because of this important point, we had to introduce the AI in healthcare domain, because many times it happens in the report, maybe some informations are there, and which maybe willingly or unknowingly that was missed by an expert, and maybe possible that that information is so harmful for the patient. Okay, so if we are going to implement AI in healthcare, definitely we can analyze such information also, which can be missed by the human. Okay, so AI integrates with and help leverages existing systems and workflows. So yeah, of course, whatever the workflow is there right now in healthcare domain, we can integrate AI component in that workflow. So as such, there is no need to transform a lot of things if we are going to include AI in healthcare sector. Okay, so how AI can address the complexity of medical imaging. So just you can see one important point is there, that is growing pressure on radiologists. Yes, so radiologists are very limited, and reports are too much. Okay, so which creates pressure on the radiologist. So with the help of AI, we can analyze the reports with the help of AI engine, and quickly this radiologist can verify that information. Another aspect is there may be possibility that we can establish a ranking of the report with the help of AI, and based on the ranking, doctor can review the reports. So let's say in a diagnostic center, 10 persons are there for the chest X-ray. Okay, so one by one, obviously they visit the X-ray room. Okay, so maybe possible that out of 10, 3 persons are in severe stage. Okay, so in initial check, AI engine can provide the ranking. What kind of ranking? Okay, so for this report, just you give a ranking 1. For this report, just you give a ranking 2. Okay, and the attendant will arrange all the reports based on the ranking. So the report of a severe person is first analyzed by the radiologist. Okay, so in this manner, we can give high weightage to severe disease so that a timely treatment can be go on. Okay, so here another important point is there, that is more incoming data and less time to review. Obviously, input is high and doctors are very limited. So to review the report, lots of, you can say that turnaround time is high. So in such kind of situation, again, AI can reduce the burden on radiologist. Next one is their image acquisition. Okay, so with the help of AI tool or AI engine, we can easily collect more and more images. Next important point is there, that is relevant finding from patient record in the EHR. So if all the health related data is available over the cloud, Okay, so in that case, doctor has there is no requirement by the doctor to discuss the past history with patient, because time is precious, and if doctor invests the time to hear the past history, then it will take too much time. So suppose all the data is available over the cloud in EHR system. So once doctor enter the patient ID or something else like Aadhaar card, so in the skin of the doctor, all the past history is available about that patient. And if some kind of trigger point are there, then doctor can easily check it. And based on the current situation and the past history, doctor can easily make the decision. Okay, so in this manner, we are saving the time of the doctors, as well as a proper and correct treatment is given to the patient. Okay, so this is another important point if we are going to include AI in healthcare domain. Okay, so next important point is their initial reads and interpretations. So yeah, of course, once a patient is going to meet a doctor, then after entering a particular key, doctor can check the past history and match the information available in the EHR system with the current situation. So it's too much easy for the doctor to take the decision. Okay, so literature or clinical guidelines, yeah, of course. So you see worldwide, if we are able to build any EHR system, then doctor can easily get the literature as well as clinical guideline. Okay, so maybe some kind of obviously guideline about the doctors are also going updating the procedure. So in that case, means a doctor can easily get the guideline, and based on the guideline, doctor can perform the daily routine activity. Okay, so from this slide, you can see how the AI can transform the medical domain. Okay, so benefits from AI capability here, just you can see these are the benefits. So business staff see increased levels of productivity. Obviously, one helping hand is there in form of AI, then definitely level of productivity will increase. Next, health providers can better manage their workload and focus on the patient care. Yes, some kind of AI-enabled, what we called different kind of instruments are there. So if such kind of uneven pattern exists in the data, then it provides some kind of alarm so that health care or health attendant will definitely go and attend the patient. So in this manner, we can manage the workload as well as focus on the particular patients. Next one is there, patients feel confident that comprehensive and up-to-date information is helping inform their diagnosis and treatment. So obviously the patients feel confident because patient knows that doctor has the past history, AI engine is also there in the whole system. Okay, and in some situation with the help of AI, some kind of precautionary measures has been taken. So in overall scenario, the patients feel comfortable and confident. Okay, so once patient is confident, then definitely he will quickly heal up from the disease. Okay, so here just you can see benefit of AI in healthcare. So number one, providing user-centric information or experience, improving efficiency in operations, and connecting disparate healthcare data. So all such kind of things are too much important. So we are going to discuss one by one. So providing user-centric experience. So obviously, with respect to, because one EHR is there, so in EHR, anybody can get the data about the doctors or hospitals. And once a patient is going to meet with the doctor, then obviously doctor also having all the past history of that patient. So in both way, there is an improvement in the satisfaction. If satisfaction is high, then definitely a patient will get right from the disease. Next important point is there, that is improving efficiency in operations. So because if we are talking about the healthcare sector, so a perfect ecosystem is there, and obviously different kind of resources are there. Resources are there, assets are there, data is available. Okay, so with the help of AI or with the help of technology, we can easily improve efficiency in different kind of operations. So here operations is not related to the surgical operations. Here we are talking about the working or workflows of medical domain. So connecting disparate healthcare data, yeah, of course, because once we include the technology in healthcare domain, then obviously from the different hospitals, from the different doctors, we can have sufficient data, and we can organize the data as well as we can analyze the data. Okay, so suppose after 10 years or 15 years, maybe possible that one centralized system is there, and anybody, any patient or any doctor can collect the data from that EHR system and analyze that one for improving the treatment of the patients or improving the operations. Okay, so these are the common benefits while we are going to apply AI in healthcare sector. Okay, so all AI in healthcare use cases. So here just you can see a couple of use cases are there. So number one, healthcare payers. So means AI help the healthcare payers to connect or suggest some kind of policies or provide some kind of personalized answers. Based on that one, anyone can take a healthcare scheme. Next one is there, that is government health and human service professionals. Okay, so under this here, just you can see supports, this one, to support an individual's care. So a case worker can use AI solution to quickly mine case notes for key concept and concern to support an individual's care. So obviously once a centralized EHR system is there, then definitely there should be some miners, okay, which mine the data, relevant data of an individuals, and that data can be utilized by the doctor. So next one important point is there, that is clinical operations and data managers. So the day by day data is increasing and it's very difficult to manage the data. So there should be some kind of efficient electronic health record management system which manage the data, So here I had taken one simple examples. Okay, so how AI can predict heart attacks. Okay, so just here you can see the major reason for the heart attack is deposition of the plaque in the heart artery. Okay, so once this plaque is, the deposition is high, then definitely there is a blockage in the flow of the blood, and due to which heart failure is there, and once heart failure is there, the person is no more. So here just you can see this this method, AI-based solution, is published in the Lancet Digital Health, and the article is published in April 2022. Okay, so this model or this AI-based solution is tested on couple of patients, okay, and outcome you can see deep learning model with 900 samples and save life of 1611 lives. So the model is adopted by a couple of the hospitals. The model was trained on 900 samples, and you see this model saves life of 1611 lives. Okay, so this model is under clinical trial. Still it is in clinical trial. So you see, if such kind of models will develop and implemented worldwide, then definitely we are able to reduce the death rate due to the health related issues. Okay, so one I would like to discuss because we are the session was 1 hour and already is 12:06. But yeah, of course, I would like to discuss 2 or 3 more slides. Okay, so here just you can see popular healthcare applications. So here one popular application is there, that is Generase. So basically this application is collecting the DNA samples. Okay, so collecting the DNA samples, and based on the analysis of that DNA samples, this tool is providing the fitness recommendations, food, nutrition, supplement recommendations, and more. Okay, so just you can see, just you pass your DNA sample, and based on that one, this tool will provide what kind of food or nutrition you can take, so that that food will not harm your health. Okay, so after understanding your genes, it provides safe, accurate, and actionable steps. Okay, so already your information related to your DNA is there. Then based on that one, the model is going to provide some kind of suggestions. Here just you can see some bodies burn different source of energy more efficiently than others, and other bodies respond to different workouts by burning more energy. So rather than trial and error or just guesswork, Generase found the formula to make the best personalized recommendations for you. Then what it means. Okay, so nowadays you can see obesity is a big problem worldwide. So in US around more than 33%, in India more than 30% people are overweighted. Okay, and everybody wants to reduce the weight. Okay, and definitely for that everybody is going to gym and following the diet plan, but even though they are not able to reduce the fat. So maybe one reason is there, the gene sequence. Okay, so maybe possible that if you follow a diet plan, but that diet plan is not matching with your gene sequence, then obviously fat burn or calorie burn is not high. But if you change the diet plan with respect to your gene sequence, so there may be a high chance that fat burn rate or calorie burn rate will be high, and maybe possibility that you are going to reduce the higher weight in couple of months. So ultimately, what is the conclusion of this slide, the conclusion is that your diet plan, your activity may map with your gene sequence, or you can say that with the after analyzing your gene sequence, the expert is going to suggest you the activity as well as diet plan to make you healthy. Okay, so generally it is not related to obesity or to reduce the weight. There's some different kind of disease are also there. Maybe some problem with the heart. Okay, so based on your gene pattern or gene sequence, experts can provide some kind of suggestions which improve the performance of your heart. So now we are moving towards the treatment based on the gene sequence. Okay, so already their genetic experts have handed selected over 50 plus genetic markers, okay, and impact on wellness trait. So obviously they have collected the data, and in the team of geneticists, many gene experts are there, and that gene experts are analyzing your gene sequence, and based on your gene sequence, they are providing some kind of treatments. Okay, so beside it, some other popular healthcare applications are there. So one of them is eye care lights. So where you can use this solution for resolving the eye related issues. Then my sugar, so let's say anybody is there who is diabetic, then he or she can utilize this app to manage the diabetes, medical, acne, then Teladoc. So these are a couple of popular apps in healthcare domain, and which can be utilized for the various kind of activity. Okay, so I think I have done. So the conclusion, you can say that the overall conclusion of the presentation is there, how we can, or how AI is introducing in the healthcare sector for the improvement in the treatment of the patients, how with the help of AI, how we can enhance the average life of the human. Okay, so all such kind of discussion we have made. And if you have any questions, then let me know, so that we can go for the discussions also. Okay, so thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much, Dr. Gupta. Okay, you would like to say something?
No, thank you. So I think one person has already raised the hand. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, Rudraj.
Good
Yeah.
afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Yeah.
I am currently pursuing BPT from Riyadh Bahar University. So my question is, like in any new viral disease or a new genetic disorder, how AI can identify it, or how it will respond to it?
Yes, Rudraj, just forget about the AI. In real life, how a doctor can analyze. So obviously, based on the past record. Rudraj, are you agree with me? Based on the past records or based on the behavior of the disease? Same thing? Okay.
Yeah.
So until unless a doctor does not have the data, he or she cannot predict anything. Okay. Yes, so similarly, while we are going with the while we are going to utilize artificial intelligence in healthcare sector, then we have to collect the data, past record or past data related to that activity. And based on that data, we had to train the model, maybe deep learning model or machine learning model. And then we are able to utilize that model for the prediction purpose.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, Farhad.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Sir, my question is, we are taking this artificial intelligence as a for diagnosis purpose mainly. what about the treatment? What is it worth for the treatment in future?
Yeah, of course, maybe possible that I think yeah, but that is not actually because regulations are also there. So maybe a couple of apps are there where you can input your information, means what kind of problems are there. So let's say I have yeah, I'm taking one example. So Farhat, very simple. When you visit the doctor, then doctor simply asks, what is the problems? So definitely you will tell him that no, some blockage in
Yes,
nose and
yes, I will give him some him or her to my symptoms that I am facing regarding
yes,
that. That will be my opinion. I am talking about that. What about the treatment side?
yeah, I'm coming to that point. I'm coming to that point. So once you visit the doctor, obviously you discuss about the symptoms, and based on these symptoms, doctor prescribe couple of medicines. Simple. Okay. So similarly, you can see one app is there. So application or web app or mobile app is there. In that mobile app, just you enter your symptoms, and that app will prescribe couple of medicines. But what is the challenge here? So to train that app, we had to collect thousands of records, because uh, symptom 1, symptom 2, symptom 3 is there, and uh, just one 10 or 20 doctors team is there, and just we pass that symptoms to each and every what we call doctors, and doctor prescribe the same thing. If doctor is going to prescribe the same thing, then we can feed the information in our app that if these symptoms are there, then just you simply prescribe it.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
And maybe one more thing is there. Maybe possible that 3 doctors has prescribed different medicine, 3 doctors prescribed different medicine, and 4 doctors are there who have prescribed or suggested for some medical test. Okay, so now in this case, again, your application cannot provide any particular suggestions. So maybe possible that application can provide some suggestions like stage 1, you go with these medicines, and if you feel okay, then no issue. If not, then you can follow some other thing. But again, Farhad, such kind of situation or such kind of things is not permitted by different councils.
Yes, sir. That becomes the ethical issue. Yes,
Yeah, so right now this is not possible, but yeah, of course, after 20-30 years, maybe because we have lots of data. Till now in medical domain, if you talk about, very limited data is available. Okay, because before 10 or 15 years, there is no such kind of technological solutions are there. But last 5-6 years, we have started collecting such kind of data. Then definitely after 20-30 years, robots will provide the suggestions for your disease.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, of course. Yes, please, anyone. If you have any questions related to the presentation also, you can ask, so that we can discuss in more detail. Yeah, of course, time is so limited, and I had to cover basics of deep learning also, and use of AI in healthcare sector also. Already I worked on one project, that name of that project in CT++. So here we are going to detect the COVID-19, okay, on CT images. So for that, we had developed that solution and deployed on the cloud. But yeah, of course, that solution is built on the top of openly available data set, and we are not sure that that data is correct or not. So while anybody who is working in the domain of deep learning, then definitely he or she has to collaborate with a couple of organizations, healthcare, health institute, as well as diagnosis centers, so that they are able to collect the golden data. If your data is not golden, then you are not able to provide some kind of good prediction.
Thank you so much, Dr. Suneet Gupta, for such an interactive and interesting session. And today's anchoring to the participants. Your ideas and elegance of explaining everything, they will definitely help the students a lot. I need to mention my deepest sense of appreciation to you. I also extend thanks to all the participants for their enormous active cooperation in this session. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. Have a nice weekend. Thank you so much, Dr. Gupta.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. Okay.